So today, we're playing a Berserker, and we've got a powerful Anvil combo, featuring the CRITWOOD STAFF and the FALCON BLADE. This combo deals massive damage thanks to the Anvil, the FALCON BLADE attacks twice, and the CRITWOOD STAFF guarantees some crits, allowing us to deal some awesome damage. But hey, check it out, and let me know what you think of it. Okie dokie, let's go ahead and jump some rank games with a random character and see who we're going to get today. So it looks like we're playing a Berserker. We do start off with a utility pouch. We do get a stone and a shiny shell also. But that's a freaking leaf badge. Now I'm definitely going to be grabbing that leaf badge. We're going to grab this broom also. Now I'm going to grab this, but I don't want to craft up Shepherd's Crook. I want to keep this available to craft up a hero sword. But hey, this is going to be a round one, and it's not going to be super fantastic round one because we got a leaf badge, which is going to be scaling up our accuracy. But we don't have a whole lot of damage. We have a broom that deals 2.5 damage compared to our opponent's double weapons, and they have a crazy amount of armor, so unfortunately taking this leaf badge is going to be a bit rough for the first round here, specifically. Just pausing the video here very quickly, just to ask you to subscribe. It really helps me out. Thanks. Now let's get back to the video. But hey, once we get our second weapon in, we should be in a super fantastic spot. The problem is, I'm super tempted to actually take a health bar. I'm going to grab a stone. I will reroll once. And we're going to have to roll again. And we did get ourselves another whetstone. I'm going to keep rolling. I'm going to roll one more time. We did get gloves, but we didn't get our sword, which is unbelievably unfortunate. I'm actually going to take 2 shiny shells. We're going to reserve the gloves. We are going to move on with the setup for now. So unfortunately, we're a little bit behind in actually grabbing a wooden sword and crafting up a hero sword. Now, we probably should have taken a short bow, to be quite honest. That would have increased our big power boost as well. We did get our battle rage, give us a little bit of lifesteal, but unfortunately, without a second weapon in, we're going to be in a bit of a rough spot. We finally got our hero sword. We're going to be crafting that up. We're going to be grabbing this also. I'm going to reserve this leather bag, but we are going to move on. We're going to be increasing the speed of our broom. Now, actually, can we actually finally get a win? And we can also add in a third weapon because these 2 weapons is not going to be eating up as much stamina. As you think, with a utility pouch, they get slowed down quite a bit, so they don't use up as much stamina overall. But hey, definitely looking like we're in a much better spot. The problem is our opponent does have a ton of healing with the shell totems, but overall, smashing for us. We do have the leaf badge. We could go for guard power, stack up a bunch of empower and bunch of regen. It has been nerfed, it's now every 4 seconds activating. You can also take blood manipulation and go for a bunch of vampirism. Go for a Falcon Blade type situation. Maybe even something like Falcon Blade Blood Turn. You can also just go for heavy drinking and look for a bunch of potions. But I think we're going to be trying out guard power. Now it does mean we want to grab as much regen as possible. We're going to be grabbing more storage. We could sell a stone to actually grab another short bow. I'm going to grab another stone. We do also want to place this in like so. And for this round, I'm actually just going to continue on with this setup. And we'll see. Now, since we start off with 2 regen from our healing herbs, we should be able to get that empower. The problem is our opponent did inflict a little bit, tiny bit of cold on us. But that empower is going to be enough to actually win out. And awesome for sure. Now we can go for a magic staff if you want to. Hell yeah, I'm going to be grabbing it. Make sure we craft it up. We also got the amulet feasting, which is really not great for us. But we do need some blueberries. We did get ourselves a chili, which I'm not going to be taking. Now I'm going to be moving on. We do need to roll quite a bit to actually look for another pair of gloves so we can craft up our Falcon Blade. But with a magic staff, Falcon Blade, potentially go for spike staff. Even CRITWOOD staff is going to be super fantastic. We can potentially go for CRITWOOD staff Anvil, which might actually be a super awesome play for sure. But we'll see. Actually, smashing. Not too bad overall. So we got our gloves. We don't have to roll anymore, which is kind of awesome for sure. We do need to flip this over to this side. We'll add that in also. I will continue to roll once. And for now, I'm going to move on. So we do have our amulet feasting target our single blueberries. Make it go down to 2.5 seconds. So we do have to wait basically 3 times for this to proc. We start getting some scaling damage on our magic staff. But hey, once we get our Falcon Blade in, we should be in a super awesome spot overall. And actually, smashing. For sure. Now if we're going to go for CRITWOOD STAFF into Anvil, we do need to start getting some crafted items. With Diamond of Feasting though, we could potentially grab a carrot, which just gives a pineapple, which I don't exactly want. Also going to grab a fanny pack. We're going to roll once. That's a freaking cheese. We could also go for Serpent Staff, but I don't exactly want that. I'm going to continue to reroll for now. We can also go for Thorn Bloom. Lucky Clover, we can go for a Lucky Pig potentially if we want. We'll be back in a second while I sort of inventory. But yeah, I'm still going to take that Lucky Clover because it is going to be a class item. And yeah, I'm going to rock on. We did change our whole setup around, so we have basically a guard power, which is going to be super fast with our Falcon Blade along with our blueberries and our cards. So we should be able to cleanse a lot of debuffs. Once we start stacking up a bit more luck, we do start stacking up in power with the card as well. And overall, looking pretty darn smashing. Now again, we do have a choice to make, and I did want to try go for a CRITWOOD STAFF Anvil. So that's exactly what I'm going to actually do. Was there any of these items we actually do want? We could grab a Bloody Amulet, craft of Vampiric Armor, but I'm going to leave for now. Undead Filament, we could also go for... I think we're going to take the gloves, but first of all, let's grab the storage, let's grab the gloves. Let's actually reserve this Undead Filament, but we'll be back in a second while we sort our inventory once again. So we only really have 2 crafted items, but once we craft up our Dragon Claws, we're going to have 3. And once we burn our coal, we'll have 4. And we're also going to take that piggy bank. That piggy bank is going to be some monies for us, and we could potentially craft up a Lucky Pig also. But we are going to move on. Now we are going to prioritize increasing the speed of our Leaf Badge. The only problem is we have crit chance on our Falcon Blade, not on our Magic Staff. But unfortunately our opponent has a crazy looking setup with the amount of vampiric items our opponents have. So unfortunately we do end up falling short. But we've got our Dragon Claws. We're going to be taking this little bit of storage. Let's also grab this. Amulet of Whales. Kind of interesting, but not exactly what we want. We're going to roll. Now the question is, do we want to go for Spike Staff? Spike Staff is going to be pretty darn awesome too. It would give us a big old power spike right now. And we can also grab Stone Skin Potion. We can also grab the boots. I think we're going to sell this. We're going to grab the boots. Craft them up also. And I think we're going to sell our piggy bank. Unfortunately, I would love to keep it, but I do actually really want to craft up a strong Stone Skin Potion. We also want to craft out our Burning Coal, but after this round, we're going to have a lot of crafted items. So all in all, it shouldn't be too bad. Potentially. So we'll see. This Falcon Blade should have a lot of damage from the get-go. So should this Magic Staff. And yeah, we're going to be stacking up a lot of empower. And smashing overall. Not too bad of a setup. So now we do have a choice to make. We can go for more stats, which is just going to give us a lot of flat damage, which will be awesome actually in combo with our Anvil. So I'm thinking about just taking more stats. We can also take Blood Manipulation for a lot of healing, but since this is a ranged weapon, Vampirism doesn't work with, so going to be not so great. Shielded, kind of nice. We do get ourselves a Moon Armor. That's going to be straight up nuts. Or we could also just grab this and grab a Moon Armor, which is also straight up nuts. I'm going to grab more stats though. More damage, going to be awesome. That's CRITWOOD STAFF. That's going to be crazy good also. We're going to have to grab the storage so we can actually place this back in. I'm going to add our boots down below. So unfortunately we don't have enough armor to actually proc our Stone Skin Potion, which is going to be a little less than ideal. But hey, our Anvil's getting pretty darn full. I'm also going to grab another Lucky Clover. We're going to roll once. And we could also be grabbing a Heart Container for some scaling regen for our guard power. But I think we're going to take our fanny back. And we're going to move on once we craft up a CRITWOOD Staff. Because we are going to need a lot of mana generation, that's for sure. To actually make our Magic Staff, our CRITWOOD Staff, actually trigger. Give us guaranteed crit chance on our Falcon Blade. Dealing a lot of damage. And actually, can we beat this Berserker? Unfortunately, no, we end up falling short. Super unfortunate, it is what it is. We've got a CRITWOOD Staff. We're going to grab this, hoping not for the Amulet of Whales, but we'll take it anyway. We're going to be increasing the speed of it. We're going to roll. Another pair of boots. Actually, I'm going to be grabbing. Let's keep rolling for now. That's a set of blueberries, which we are definitely going to have to take. To the point we're going to sell a stone, we're going to sell a flame, and let's grab it for now also. But I'm going to reserve this fanny back. And yeah, we're going to eventually just move on. Crafting up another set of boots. Should be fantastic. Because once we enter Battle Rage, we're going to be quite close to actually triggering our Stone's Compulsion. But that's a lot of damage. CRITWOOD Staff, Anvil, looking awesome. Now the thing is, could we upgrade to the big old Busted Blade? Is the big old Busted Blade going to be worth it? For now, I'm just going to be grabbing these. Should we reserve it? Should we actually upgrade from the Falcon Blade, dealing a lot of damage? I will, however, roll once. We're going to grab even more storage. We could grab leather armor also. I think we do, because then we can proc our Stone's Compulsion and get a ton of block. But yeah, we're going to be moving on. We should be in a much better spot. The problem is our opponent is going to have the Excalibur gun. They're going to be stacking up a lot of heats. But that's a lot of damage coming from our CRITWOOD Staff. And yeah, that's crazy damage. So we get a bunch of spikes. We could grab this to help our mana gain. I think I'm going to take it. I'm going to place it down below. We can grab another carrot, which I'm also going to. And we'll roll once. Actually, we probably shouldn't be rolling at all until we get our armor, but this should be kind of smashing. So we should be able to get a lot of spikes. The problem is we're going to be eating up a lot of mana, but with our Jin's Lamp in, we should have an easier time scaling up our mana. And yeah, this is actually looking straight up nuts. I'm starting on to DPS. Yes, basically 75 DPS from the very beginning. And it doesn't use up a whole lot of stamina. So maybe we can actually add in our Practical Large Greatsword. For now though, we're going to be grabbing our armor. We're going to keep rolling. Or maybe we should just let go of this and go for Jin's Lamp, Bloody Amulet, armor setup. Well, for now we're going to be selling 3 flames and we're going to be grabbing a Vampiric armor. I think, yeah, big old Busted Blade would be a lot of fun. But I think going double Jin's Lamp onto a Falcon Blade with a Vampiric armor and just be getting even more damage is going to be quite awesome too. And yeah, not too bad. Although our opponent is actually looking quite scary with the Ice Dragon Ruby Chunk. They did survive for quite some time. And they did eat up a lot of our buffs. We do end up with a 50 DPS, with heals not being so great. With block though, also not being super great. But we'll see if we can actually make this a lot crazier. Talk about being crazy, we're going to grab Jin's Lamp, we're going to roll. We're going to need that bit of storage. Now the problem is, I do want our Falcon Blade to be targeted by Jin's Lamp. I'm going to roll again. We definitely want some more blueberries. I actually want Undivided Fire Amulet. But let's rock on with this for now. So we should have consistent mana scaling for our CRITWOOD Staff, which shouldn't be too bad. We should be able to deal a lot of damage. Our opponent is rocking a Practical Large Greatsword with some golems, but smashing all the same. So a lot of damage, a lot of crit chance. Doing a lot of work for us. Let's grab this for now. Let's grab our blueberries. It gives us a chili. We've got a second Amulet of Feasting, which is going to be kind of nuts. Not exactly what we want, but it is going to be scaling up our regen pretty darn fast. And we could end up grabbing another bloody armor set, but we don't exactly want it. A Jin's Lamp on sale for 6. Also freaking cheese, potion belts, Lucky Clover. I'm actually going to take all these items. Now grabbing Lucky Clovers is not going to be super valuable. It does allow us to get to our Jin's Lamp a lot faster. It does give us some accuracy, but a crit chance is going to be guaranteed from a CRITWOOD Staff. And actually, going up again, big old Busted Blade, can we win out? We do have a lot of damage reduction with those Dragon Skin armors. And we barely scrape by. But yeah, not too bad. So I'm going to grab the potion belts. How are we going to place our Jin's Lamp? We still want it on our Falcon Blade as much as possible. We're going to place this over. Do we want the cheese or do we want the Lucky Clover? I think we take the cheese. We sell our shiny shells. We grab another Lucky Clover. Because if you do start off with 4 luck at the very beginning, we actually just start scaling up, which is going to be kind of awesome. Now we don't have our cheese over beside our Amulet of Feasting, which is not so great. But should be okay for now. Now our opponent is going to have a lot of scaling damage. They also have the Time Manipulator, which is going to slow down our weapon activations, but yeah, this is just looking straight up insane for sure. That's an acorn collar, which we don't want. We're going to be grabbing this bit of storage. High container for some scaling regen. Do we actually want this? Not exactly. I'm not going to be taking. Now, mana orb is going to be straight up awesome for sure. We do want that in. We could grab a garlic to potentially look for a different food item. It is the final round, by the way. So we do have to be very, very choosy in what we actually pick. Let's roll. So I'm going to grab this fanny pack. We can place our cheese in over this side. We can grab this carrot. We can place this blueberries in. And now we're making fantastic use of a omelette of feasting. We can also place this mana orb in here, and that's going to be the perfectest placed mana orb that we can actually have. Let's roll one more time. And this is it. This is going to be our final setup. Now, it would be actually much, much better for our Anvil to actually have a lot more damage overall if we placed our setup like so. But we do lose the Dragon Claws. Is that really going to matter? Potentially not. CRITWOOD Staff, Anvil, actually being super, super fantastic. Now, normally I like taking Leaf Badge, going for Shaman Mask, go for big old Busted Blade. But CRITWOOD Staff, Falcon Blade is nuts. Now, can we actually win out? We're going to begin a big burst bow builds with a lot of frost, a lot of armor. So our opponent could actually be dealing a crazy amount of damage. But can we answer back ourselves? We're doing a lot of damage. They have reduced their healing by quite a bit. They're answering back with a lot of damage themselves. And it's actually going to be super close. We do have our Battle Rage. We do get some lifesteal back. And it's going to be super close. But unfortunately, we do end up falling short. Okay, scrap the final fight. Win the build history. And we are going to have a better final fight. So we are going to begin a Reaper, Nocturnal Locklifter with a bunch of lifesteal. We'll see how this goes. We're going to slow this one down. They have so much vampiric items. They have so much prismatic orbs. They're going to have a lot of scaling buffs. They're going to have so much healing. They're going to have so much scaling damage. But can our Falcon Blade actually deal absurd damage? Now they're answering back with a lot of damage themselves. But look at that Falcon Blade dealing crazy, crazy damage. Answer back with a massive amount of damage. And holy moly, that was some crazy damage to finish it off. For sure. That was definitely some crazy, crazy damage. A 214 crit and a 222 crit. Almost one-shot their opponent from full health. And basically with no healing reduction, that's kind of what we actually had to do with our setup. But in this fight, we ended up with 160 DPS, which showed up craziness for sure. Not too bad healing overall. Answer block, 280 total. But anyways, back to seeing how much rank points we actually managed to get. But anyways, we did survive 2 lives left. Let's go and see just how much rank points we actually managed to get. Plus 10, ranked us up quite a bit actually. But anyways, I'm going to leave it here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And I hope to keep a lookout for the next one. See you next time.